summerly. Very good evening, everybody. So, lots of updates. Changed lots of bits and pieces and included targets. And those targets, I found out the SQL, there's one built in. So, yeah, there's lots of things happened over the past few hours. So, stick this down a second and let me fill you in. Now, we're not going to be live as long tonight because I'm starving. But, so, what we've got is the update for your profile. And there is also the or the prog SQL. That's for it will integrate with what Supabase have got. And other things. Wow, there's the list of things that I've gone through. Why wear a cap indoors? It's just force of habit, mate. Force of habit. This is why you never get more than 3 likes per video. Well, do you know the thing is, right? I'm going to be absolutely... I'm going to be honest with you, right? And it's this. On this channel, you will get Newcastle United, where I'm talking about the club, multiple subjects around the club. Then I may pick up the guitar and I might sing to you. Now, this other thing with the showing you the apps and all the rest of it, that's like bonus. So if you don't like it, Keen, you don't like it, well, please move on. And one thing I've also said today is the banking details, where driving license, passport, that sort of thing for those details. Jack is saying, what is your dream venue to sing at? Well, that would be St James's Park, possibly Wembley, Cardiff, where Oasis have just been to, just to name a few. Albert Hall, I think the Albert Hall's more for classical. I could be wrong, could be. But yes, there is also, once we've got multiple figures to get through. That's like 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, up to 500,000. And the reason why there's multiple targets is because the people at Lovable turned around and said to go through the Play Store and to go through the iTunes place, you have to have something called an SDK package. And so that'll be a future target. Albert Glastonbury. Oh, yeah, Glastonbury, lovely. I wanted to do a version. What amp are you using? I'm using a Fender Champion 100 watt. I'm looking at a different one, which is bigger wattage, because that's only on 2 at the moment. It's just on the the baby settings. And you see, my friend is a genius where amps are concerned. He can listen to you play it, and then he will scurry across to where your amp is and start messing around with the settings. I think it's like something a sound engineer would do. Would you ever consider performing your music abroad? It might happen. How long have you been working on Seeking You? Some time now. So there we go. And Christine, I'm a Geordie, born in Newcastle. Same as me. Yeah, I'm born and bred. I just don't live there anymore. And yeah, so there is going to be at 500,000. There is going to be opportunities for school leavers and those just about to go into college, where get learning experience. Why can't I sign up? It could be that you have a VPN, and for safety, I didn't want that because it brings too many bad people. Well, you should be able to sign up. What level is my college course? Very good question. When I go down to speak to the tutor, I'll find out. Because it's this month when I get invited into the college to speak to them. So yeah. I was told years ago that true Geordie is someone who can stand in their backyard and spit in the time. That's a new one. I haven't heard that one. But yeah, I've always, my nana brought me up to believe this. Anybody born on the north bank of the Tyne. I can't even understand what that says. Very sorry. Alexander, I don't like giving my passport or driving license details out. Well, here's the thing, yeah? It's for bank details to verify who you are. Simple as that. And storage of everything will be handled in accordance. How's it like having no hair? Well, I do have hair. It's just it's on the short side. Yeah, there is still hair there. You're not bald. Well, I'm not bald either. There, look, you can see little bits of hair. Incorrect. Incorrect, Callum. You can try and wind up you can try and wind the pot as much as you want, mate. I've already had somebody turn round and say, and it's been rectified now, where they turned round and they landed on the profile, created the profile of themselves, and at the bottom it said 2.8 BTC. And where can I cash this in? And it's like, it's an example. So, yeah, I've had all the jokers. Peter, right. So, everything has been updated as of this afternoon, and it says a demo right at the bottom. And sorry for the confusion, because you've got to remember, Peter, this is the start of a new beginning, the very start. And less than a month old, well, less than a week old, but that's my point. Little errors are going to appear. Can you imagine how I would have felt if I had a went onto mine and it said like 100,000 BTC? Do you see me point? Not that I would try to cash it in, because where BTC is at this moment in time, I know it's going to go up. It is going to go up, and those people who cash in before it goes up, well, you're losing money. You said everyone to log on, creates a profile, and earn. You earn by doing content. And you do content like on TikTok, yeah? People go live on TikTok and people gift them presents, yeah? And that is, it tells you it's built for content creators, so that even like 19, 20-year-old people can do a video. They can do a minute video, 10-minute video or beyond. And if people like their video content, they will gift. That's how it works. That's how you earn. And another way you will be able to earn very, very soon is an ecosystem, which is a coin. Yeah. And that coin feeds through the whole system. It's just on a different exchange, but it's there. And that will be the coin which will be used for the next 50 years. I'm going to address that GDPR. I am going to address that with the crew at lovable.dev to be compliant. So there. And I am hoping that all of these little plans and things which are they're doing the work as I'm telling them, the hope is that it grows and grows and grows so I can employ real people. That's the plan. Real people, you know, where I've already spoken to Swagbox, a British company. They have a shop or a unit in Sheffield, just up the M1, and they will be providing uniforms to those who work. So it's beneficial. You know what I mean? What we got here? Pardon me. Probably you realise Lovable isn't going to do the work for you. Well, here's the thing. I said to them today, as I said, hello and very good afternoon. I turned around and said I was going through something which is for SQL, and it mentioned to me Protege SQL or something along those lines. But it is an SQL, and that's built into the system. And the work is me telling those at Lovable little tiny things, they change it to make things work better. Yeah, well, I'm going to be looking at all the rules and regulations. There is already a thing which has been typed up today. Well, Peter, you've got a choice. You have a choice. Yeah, you can do what you've just said. You can do that, and if you do that, then plain and simple, that's your choice. But if you do that, then and it does hit the seeking you app and hurts it, then I'm going to point the blame at you because you're the one who's complaining. You're the one who's whinging on. I'm just trying to provide a service that's brand spanking new. Yeah, it's going to have little icks and bicks. It will. I'm only one person speaking to the team at Lovable and voicing your concerns to them so that they can do something about it. While I wait until September comes round and I can go into a classroom and start bloody learning. Now, if you want to, if you want to go down the road that you've just been mentioning about reporting this, reporting that, and reporting the other, go ahead and do it. Because I'll speak to other people about this and what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be as nice as possible. You have raised concerns, valid concerns, but when you start to put words in like that, like legal action and stuff like that, then you're going to get something back. Do you know what I'm saying? Because what the goal I'm trying to do yeah, well, Steve, those things will happen, and Today has been long. When I picked up the guitar before, that was just a bit of respite from sitting at the computer, watching every change as it happened, and then saying, "Okay, I'm going to press the update, well, the publish button, which updated everything," to picking up the guitar. And I've got like what 15 years to learn before I retire. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are now a business. Well, the thing is, what I'm trying to do at this moment in time, Steve-O, is this. I sent 3 messages to Supabase for the back end. So everything functions, right? And I'm just waiting for the email coming through to say, yes, we will gladly handle the back end. And then that's what they said earlier about the Pro or the PO, the SQL part, that will integrate straight into their system. So it'll just be like hand into a glove, that sort of thing. This is your website and your company. That's true. Yes. It's growing. It's an infant. And because it's an infant, i.e., less than a month old, it needs to be cared for, looked after. Would you not do the same with something brand new that you had? Would you not want to, like, give it the best start? Well, I'll tell you what it is, right? I'm going to tell you this, right, Peter? Mr. Albright, yes, did report me to Department of Works and Pensions. Yes, I have the paperwork to send to them. Yes, he did. So, right, go down that road. Please go down that road, because you're adamant. Yeah, you are adamant. So go down that road, and yeah, I'll go and speak to some legal people. Yeah, and we'll see where it all stands, because I'm trying to be as nice as I possibly can. I've seen all your messages about, your 2.8 bit BTC that was, in your account. And I will say this much, you seem to be the person that's got a bit of an itch. You need to scratch it. Now, if you're trying to destroy and ruin this dream, sorry. Very sorry. Just ain't going to happen. So that's as much as I'm going to say on the subject. And if you keep on doing, repeat statements, I'll stick you in a timeout, because I'm tired. It's been a blooming long day. And to get this where it is at the moment has taken a lot of effort. So choice is yours. The data handling is going to be covered. All front and back end will be covered. And I'll say it again. Superbase. I'm waiting for them to clear the outstanding balance, which has been paid, so I can slot in. Okay? Benji, you're talking about stuff, right? This is a brand new site, not even a week old. Now, part of my playlist here is adult learning. Do you know why it's adult learning? Say this. Yeah. Say that. That's all white hair. I'm 58 years old. I've pushed something, it's gone live. And some people have like came into it and thought, wow, I want that. So I may have something. But one thing I will say is this: I'm going to keep working hard each and every day to polish things up, to make things better before the second and the third come out the door. Because this is a learning curve, adult learning. So take it the way it's been said, because this is important. And the hope is I can get to my targets, and as I get to my targets, I can start to employ people, real people. I don't need to threaten you with London, mate. No, not really. But if given the push, well, I'll rephrase that. If I'm given a good steel toe cap boot right up my backside, then yeah, I will bring in London. Yeah, you better believe it. Because I've already mentioned to those people what I'm going to do. And this was even before it happened. Told them. So yeah. And London Calling's a song as well. So my hope going forward is we polish up Seeking You and we carry on growing. Germany, France, Belgium, Holland, Mediterranean, New Zealand, Australia. These are where people know about Seeking You. As of tomorrow morning, there will be, yes, there will be. Well, I'll tell you what it is, right? And I mean this honestly, yeah? You're saying, Benji, I'm being dead serious, yeah? Well, what I'm saying is this, right? I've made a number of changes today, a huge number of changes. Actually, more changes than I've got fingers, okay? And then after those changes, I went to publish, and there's a button that says update. Press that to make sure everything was there. And then I published again. Now, this GDP for data protection, I'll speak to them in the morning and I'll say to them, I want clear on the site that we are compliant. I'm just having me time now, because sitting at the computer for 9 hours ain't fun. Evening, Corvo. No, Peter is just annoyed because at the end of the day, when he got into his profile, it had a figure at the bottom, which was just an example figure of what you might have. And he, whoa, I've got loads of money. But this is a brand new site, like I've explained quite a few times. What's this? Thomas. Good evening, Thomas. Paul, you should listen about GDPR and ICO stuff. People have warned you for a while. Actually, Thomas, that is the first time today. And Thomas, there's also somebody who was unhappy because when they started to create a profile, they went down the page, there was an amount that they thought belonged to them. So, yeah, it has been a roller coaster today where I've sat at the computer for, God, 7-8 hours putting in things and also sending posts across the world. So, yeah, been a busy old day. I got you, Corvo. Yeah, I've got you. I mean, I like I said to you. See, this is the thing, right? YouTube is real life. Yeah, I could go outside and a plane could fall out of the sky and go boom on my head. Not saying it's going to, but it could, because anything can happen. We never know what's around the corner. But the instructions I've given today and the ones tomorrow, they're all important. Benji, you're saying, Paul, I've offered to help. No, you've turned around and you've said about this, that, and the other. Not once did you turn around and say, would you like some help with compliance? Now that would be easy, but I mean, like the thing yesterday on yesterday's live about doing the SQL. I went on to YouTube, searched it, and thought it's Excel spreadsheets. I was like, oh right. But there's lots of things to grow. Lots of things. Make sure I'm compliant, etc. And more wording, which is going to be on the main page until that changes. Anyway, yeah, there's lots of things, new changes, all to happen. And like I've said to you all many, many times, there's nobody there and there's nobody there to speak to. I've just got, when you're saying to me about data compliance and all the rest of it, now I know. So I can implement that. And I'm just resting now. Geordie Nation, Paul, what's that say? How will you pay £1,000 startup fine to the ICO? Right, okay. Really? Yeah, right. Here's the thing. I'm going to have some me time. Just me. Yeah, me and the guitar. So, we've been live 39 minutes. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Thanks for checking in. On your way out, please smash the like, subscribe, and spread the word. And hopefully tomorrow we all get good news of being GDPR data compliant and locked up like goddamn Fort Knox. So enjoy the rest of your wonderful evening, and thank you.